What's up, guys? I want you to meet Kyle Monangai, the Rutgers running back who could be one of the biggest steals in this year's NFL draft. What do you need to know about the Bears' newest running back? He joined Rutgers as a guy who wasn't very highly recruited, but he developed into an absolute monster over the last 2 seasons. A guy who had a third or fourth round grade by most NFL draft scouts, he fell all the way to round 7 due to the crazy amount of talent in this year's RB class. I think he's a mix of Caleb Johnson and Dylan Sampson. I've heard people even call him a budget Ashton Genty, and I get that. I do think he's more of Dylan Sampson with more power than he is Ashton Genty, but they are similar sized runners, and anyone who didn't like Genty's fumble issues, they're going to love Monungai's ball security. He did not fumble in college. To me, he's a workhorse type back who's capable of being a starter early in his NFL career. He's a powerful downhill style of one cut runner who could be a goal line short yardage guy or even project to be a 3 down back in the NFL. He's hard to tackle, but he has underrated quickness and an ability to elude tackles. He can make people miss or run people over. Early on for the Bears, he projects to complement DeAndre Swift. He can be the thunder to Swift's lightning. At least that's the kind of skill set he brings to the table. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what our new 7th round pick brings to the Chicago Bears. He was a team captain at Rutgers. He's a very powerful and compact runner with really great contact balance. Probably the second best in this class outside of Ashton Genty. He's very shifty and he breaks a ton of tackles, but maybe his best trait will be his ball security. He never had a single fumble in 707 career touches, 0 fumbles. He runs with a ton of power and he wears defenses down. One of those guys who gets better as the game goes down, and he's a guy who always falls forward and finishes his runs. He's durable, he played through multiple injuries, and he showcased his toughness in college. He's also an effective pass blocker, but he does lack that pure home run speed. He ran basically the same 40 time as David Montgomery, a 4.62 and a 4.60. Although, like Monty, he did reportedly run a faster time at his pro day, but he also hit 21.95 miles an hour at the NFL Combine during his 40. So he has underrated speed. He's not really a burner, but he can break away for some big runs. He's pretty much the same size as Ashton Genty, but he's not quite as fast or athletic. He scored a 4.39 on his RAS score, but his production has been off the charts. He's coming off back-to-back 1,200-yard seasons at Rutgers. He scored 13 touchdowns this year and 8 in 2023. His advanced metrics show off some great skills. To add to his 0 career fumbles, he forced 66 missed tackles this year and added 862 yards after contact. He is simply tough to bring down. To go with that, he had 0 drops and 18 explosive runs. That's a very versatile skill set there, and it shows what he brings to the table. He breaks tackles, he eludes tackles, he gets yards after contact, he's productive, explosive, and he runs like his hair is on fire, but also had 0 fumbles and 0 drops. He takes care of the football. On top of that, he's a very decisive runner who follows his blocks and runs with patience. He hits holes hard and he finishes his runs. He's a power runner who lacks the home run speed, but don't underrate his ability to make people miss either. He's quick, shifty, and elusive. I love his game, and the quote that really gets me from scouts is that he runs like his hair is on fire. That really describes him when you watch his film. While I won't compare this dude to Ashton Genty, for the fans out there who really did fall in love with Genty's highlights and really thought we were going to get Ashton Genty in the first round and might be disappointed when we didn't land a top running back, go watch Monungai's highlights. You will definitely see some similarities to Genty's game, and I think Bears fans are really going to like this guy. I believe he has a chance to be one of the steals of this year's draft. He's talented, he can be a starting running back in the NFL, he's productive, he doesn't fumble, he can pass block, and he brings all the skills that NFL teams are looking for. I literally talked all off season this year about how special this running back class was, and a player like Monangai really showcases that. Him and DeAndre Swift make a good pairing, but I'm not going to rule out Roshan Johnson's contributions on this team either. And Ian Wheeler is coming back from that torn ACL. I think Ian Wheeler needs to focus on getting healthy, but right now our running back room looks pretty solid, and we could still land a UDFA at the position as well. But right now we have four running backs on the roster. I think people are forgetting that DeAndre Swift does have a ton of talent, and with the upgrades on this offensive line, I think Swift is going to be a lot better this year. So Kyle Monangai is coming in, and he's going to battle Roshan Johnson, and one of those guys will end up being the complementary back with DeAndre Swift. I do think DeAndre Swift will be a big part of this offense this year. Who knows what happens next year? But Monangai is a guy who can come in and potentially even win the starting job, but Swift will still be part of that backfield. As far as undrafted free agents go, we have signed a few already. I'm working on videos covering all of our undrafted free agent signings, and I have my draft recap on the way as well. Stay tuned. Let me know in the comments what you think of our new running back, Kyle Monangai from Rutgers, seventh round pick and potential still. Stay tuned, and until next time, bear down.